Banks is suddenly under fire for her so-called problematic behavior, which was exposed on backdated episodes of America's Next Top Model. I have all the details on the story, so sit back, relax, and let me do the work, because I'm going to dish it out for you right now on IO. Here on IO, we dish out the news, and we also give you some juicy top 10 lists, any gossip that we can find, trending news, we basically do it all. I'm your host for today's video. I'm Joss Bedard. Make sure you subscribe to keep up with the IO team, and you can also follow us on social media. Our links are down below. But for now, I say we get into the story. I've always been a fan of Tyra Banks, so this is kind of upsetting because me and my sisters used to watch America's Next Top Model religiously as kids. Pretty sure I thought I'd be on there one day. What a sad reality. Yeah, this is pretty upsetting. Twitter went into flames with stunned reactions after fans of the show got a look at scenes that resurfaced. The show began back in 2003 and has run for 24 seasons, and if you haven't seen it, it is a modeling competition show. Tyra Banks is the main host and judge, and at the end of the season, she announces which model is America's Next Top Model, and usually they're offered some kind of modeling contract and deal, and also some money. But apparently some of these scenes were overlooked and were not seen as a problem at the time, but as they have been brought back, people are furious with some of Tyra's behavior. One scene that has been spreading very quickly is the time that Tyra criticized one of the contestants' teeth who happened to have a gap in the middle of her front two teeth. We actually see that more often these days in modeling. There are a lot of models who have that gap in their middle teeth. But we have to understand that the industry was a lot different back then than it is right now. The model in the scene, Danielle Evans, went to the dentist to fix some of her teeth, but she didn't want that gap fully closed. Footage shows Tyra saying to her, I quote, "So Danielle, you went to the dentist but refused to have your gap closed. Do you really think you can have a CoverGirl contract with the gap in your mouth?" And while she's saying this, Tyra mocks her by holding her middle finger between her teeth, like this, and goes on to say that her look is not marketable.
But you refuse to have your gap closed. Do you really think you can have a CoverGirl contract with a gap in your mouth? Yeah, why not? This is all people say. It's easier to beautiful CoverGirl. It's not marketable. Yeah.
Danielle did fight back and agreed that she would close it slightly, but she did not want it closed all the way. After the clip went viral online, people started taking shots at Tyra and came to Danielle's defense, including other models like Slick Woods. If you don't know who that is, Slick Woods is a famous model and is actually known for the gap between her teeth. But after the one scene was exposed, people just started bringing out more parts of the show to surface, trying to expose Tyra. And someone brought up the time that Tyra made the girls on the show do a biracial photo shoot. In season 13, they posed for a biracial photo shoot, which sparked tons of controversy, and Tyra actually addressed it back then at the time. She said, "What we thought was a celebration turned out to be very negative in some of the press, and a lot of them were even saying that it was racism. A lot of them went so far as to accuse me and Top Model of putting the girls in blackface. I want to be clear, I in no way put my models in blackface. I'm a black woman, I'm proud." People aren't focusing on that though. They're actually getting really worked up by all of these allegations to surface. They're kind of ignoring the fact that she did address that at the time. Long story short, people are now saying that they didn't realize that Tyra's behavior on the show was this problematic. And just from the one scene being exposed and going viral, thousands and thousands of people are now whipping out old clips trying to accuse her for a bunch of different things. Tyra has yet to comment on any of this. I feel like she might have just played up that scene a bit because of the show. Like she kind of has to act as a really tough judge. I don't think what she said is right by any means. I don't support that. I do think she owes her an apology, but I do understand that reality TV is often scripted. Directors kind of make them say certain things, make them more dramatic. And let's not forget that the judge next to her in the scene, her fellow judge, also made comments about the girl's gap, and no one is mentioning him by any means or what he said. So, yeah, I don't know. I do feel like Tyra would genuinely apologize to her though. I don't think she was like intentionally trying to bring another woman down, but yeah, everyone's gonna have their own opinion on this. So let me know what you guys are thinking down in those comments, and leave a like if you enjoyed today's story. I'm gonna respond to some comments from my video. Jeffree Star's former assistant deleted tweets about W Vanity. That was a juicy story. Jordan Potter says, "I like how you're wearing a star top while talking about Jeffree." I actually didn't plan that. I wish I was clever enough to plan that, but I didn't. 808 Bunny says, "Before anyone exposes me too, I'll expose myself. I wear different socks." Like mixed matching socks? They don't match? Ooh, I have to have my matching socks. Ruby101 says, "Leave it to assistants and bodyguards to spill the tea." Honestly, it's always the closest people to ya. Keep your enemies closer is what they say. Jonathan Valentine says, did you get a new camera? The quality of this video looks amazing. Fun fact, we are actually not at the studio right now. We are all self-isolating, so I am filming from my home, and this camera is an iPhone. Surprise. All right, guys, that's all I got for you. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. You can also ring the notification bell so you never missed a trending news story or a juicy top 10 list. And I know you guys want to be a part of this potato gang with Charlotte, so make sure you ring that bell. I've been your host, Joss. I will see you next time.